Brothers and sisters, welcome to the last day of our week with Maximilian Kolbe and the consecration to Jesus through Mary. Now, we have 2 more weeks, but we're closing up our week with Maximilian Kolbe, which is a beautiful thing. So I wanted to be able to read a little bit more straight from his texts. Now, Maximilian Kolbe, his main focus is rather than just being a servant or instruments for our Blessed Mother to use, he wants us to focus on actually being an instrument rather than just instruments. His distinction there is that if we just want to be pathways, that's great. But we want to be so united with our Blessed Mother's will, because she was so united with God's will, that we are actually a tool within her hand. We are an instrument that she is moving. That's how closely we want to be united. And so this is something that Maximilian says. He has this thing called the Militia Immaculata, Knights for Our Lady. It says, the Knights of the Immaculata seek to become ever more truly the property of the Immaculata, to belong to her in ever more perfect way and under every aspect without any exception. They wish to develop their understanding of what it means to belong to her, so that they may enlighten, reinvigorate, and set on fire the souls living in their own environment and make them similar to themselves. They desire to conquer these souls for the Immaculata, so that in their turn they may belong to her without reserve, and may in this manner win an ever greater number of souls to her, may win the entire world, in fact, and do so in the shortest possible time. So that's a very, very profound way of seeing ourselves at the service of our Blessed Mother, to win souls and to conquer that soul. But in this way, our Blessed Mother does not conquer in the way of the world. She conquers in the way of her Son, who sought to give and to lay down his life. He conquers with love. And so in the same way she does. And so she sends us out as her instrument. And so just think about, what would that mean for us if we were allowing the Blessed Mother to use us as an instrument today? Have we asked her what she wants, what the will of God is in our lives? She who is so unified with the Holy Spirit, she who always leads us to the Son, she who never deviated from the will of God. We can trust in her, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to practice that trust. So I want us to pray and to think about St. Maximilian Kolbe's consecration prayer. Listen to this. This is what he says and what he asks us to do. It has an invocation, there's a plea to Mary, and a plea to her that we may gain other souls for her. O Immaculata, Queen of heaven and earth, refuge of sinners, and our most loving Mother, God has willed to entrust the entire order of mercy to you. I, whatever your name is, a repentant sinner, cast myself at your feet, humbly imploring you to take me with all that I am and have, wholly to yourself as your possession and property. Please make of me, of all my powers, of soul and body, of my whole life, death and eternity, whatever most pleases you. Notice how beautiful that is, how trusting it is that our Mother who loves us, who is given to us by Jesus, will lead us completely to him. And so we entrust ourselves to the Immaculata. We entrust ourselves to be her instrument today. And so we recognize always that there is a blessing that we've received from Jesus, and that through Mary, and then that there's an intention that we're going to give to our Blessed Mother. As we continue to rejoice in this process, remember that on Saturday there will be no video from me, but there will be one that we give you from Formed and that you can watch as a family. But I would also suggest that perhaps you continue praying these prayers and maybe even have some type of Marian devotion. Pray a decade of the Rosary, and then on Sunday we will come to Mass together, or you'll watch on live stream, and we will participate as a community in the loving sacrifice of the Son of Mary, Jesus Christ, who gives us himself in the Eucharist. God bless, and I'll see you next week.